What do you think is the future of natural gas? Because we have been seeing now, they want to start exporting natural gas off of the BC coast, and I've seen some people who think that the price of natural gas, the value of natural gas, is going to come back up again.
I absolutely believe it's coming back up again. Natural gas stocks on the stock exchanges, the prices of most of these companies is very strong right now, particularly in America, where they have access and a different regulatory environment. I saw it at $4.45 3 or 4 days ago on the long-term price. Medicine Hat's in great shape there. Our gas field is overworked and under pressured for sure, but we still have 65,000 customers here in Medicine Hat, plus Redcliffe and Cypress County, and we have opportunity there too. Again, let's not forget that that's what built this city.
This is Gas City.
Gas City, Brian, and also though, when the price of gas falls, that just means that we can use a higher margin to turn natural gas into electricity, and I will say our electricity generation department has been very good at that the last 2 or 3 years, and let them continue.
Now, the city embarked on a path a couple of years ago to shut down some wells. Maybe time to revisit that as well. Instead of closing them in and spending money to abandon them, maybe get them back into production again.
Yeah. I on the campaign, I heard so many tales and stories about inefficiencies, about low producing wells that could have still had some life. So it's hard for me to know exactly what's accurate for sure. But I think somebody, and again, council and the mayor with a objective, fair-minded opinion needs to look at that and see what our opportunities are.
Okay. Now, when we take a look at one of the issues that they talked about, and they only talked about it very briefly, and I think it was Councillor Young who brought up the full-time equivalencies of how many people work at City Hall, and he was scratching his head trying to get a handle on it. He said, corporations can tell you, like right now, how many people they have, and the city was like, well, they're doing their gazintas and stuff, and they have to get back to us. Did you hear anything during the campaign about how many people are working for the city of Medicine Hat, and whether we are overbalanced in terms of the number of people we're employing, or we need more?
Yeah, I heard lots of stories about inefficiencies and underutilization of good people for sure. I heard 1,600, almost 1,600 employees, and for a city this size, that's mind-boggling. I believe it's something like 70 positions that are unfilled right now, and then there's a considerable number of non-union managerial positions. So again, I think to prevent tax increases, property tax increases, and help our neighbors that really need it, one of the first things to do is let's make sure that those 69 positions that are unfilled are necessary to fill. Let's make sure, Brian, that money hasn't been put into the budget and isn't retrievable. I mean, if the position's empty, that money doesn't have to be spent and should be returned to the taxpayer for this year's budget. Let's look at the necessity of those managerial positions. Let's make sure that they're productive, necessary, and adding value for the taxpayer. And then I would also say that the number compared to other municipalities is high. I would encourage the mayor and the council and our good city managers to come up with a early retirement potential for city employees. Let's be fair to everybody that works there, absolutely. But if somebody's close to retirement or wants to take an earlier retirement and take a small package, and we can prove that we don't have to replace that person, let's offer some incentive and let's start to get the size of the city in line with a city that hasn't grown in 10 years until somebody can return some growth.
The other metric that jumped off the page was the severance payments, and I know a lot of people on social media were going, what? Yeah. We're paying 9 people $1.1 million in severance? And again, back to the Travago.
What? What? Yeah.
How?
Yeah. It seems unfair compared to what's available in the private sector. It seems a burden on the taxpayer at a time that, again, property taxes are going up at a time that the affordability crisis is hitting us all front and center. I think that those contracts have to be reviewed. I think we need a new mechanism and a new situation so severance is more fair.